Sure.
Okay. So, the topic is what again?
I'll just send like a rough syllogism and you tell me what you disagree with. Or if you even
I mean, that's
disagree
what
at
the
all.
topic is, but okay, I guess. Premise one. Okay, let's call this. If a theory of truth accepts the statement of mutually by objective reference, then analyze what corresponds to your truth to or real world states of affairs. These sentences present the conditions under which statement is true. Snow is
Oh,
white
give me
is
premise three.
true if snow is white. The right hand side of these sentences snow is white describes an objective feature of reality. If the world. Oh no, there are multiple ways. Well, no, this is false because these sentences can be utilized in many ways. Like they're neutral to truth makers, right? Like you can utilize them in this sense, but they're utilized different. They're like can be neutral. This just proves it like a semantic theory, right? So, for an example, let me just get an example of like how you can utilize the statement "snow is white" without like it actually being without like necessarily following from reality, right? Yeah, premise three exactly. Um, so we can wait. So far, did you disagree with anything I said?
Well, you just made a claim. You're gonna have to support it.
Well, yeah. Do you disagree with the claim?
Yeah, I disagree with the claim.
Well, okay. Um, so do you agree that if these sentences are committed to correspondence theory, they will have to state that truth consists in like relation between statements and facts? Yes or no?
Yeah, they're gonna have to make reference to something that's external or objective. Yeah.
Okay, and do you agree that these sentences only what they do is express like a semantic equivalence or sort?
No, I don't.
Okay, so what's the
The
definition that
right
you
hand,
yeah, so they're
I said the right hand side is stating a state of affair. So it's not just an equivalence. It's stating that this thing directly makes reference to something in reality.
oh yeah, well it's between a sentence and its truth condition, but it doesn't necessarily have to commit us to correspondence here.
No, it does because it's making reference to something that's objective. So it's kind of like deflationists are just like hiding the fact that they're correspondence theorists.
Well, you just repeated yourself though. You understand that, right?
What do you say?
You just repeated yourself. You understand that, right? You're saying because
I
it
rephrased it.
can.
Yeah. Sure.
You said because it can make some sort of a statement or some sort of reference to something which we would consider true, or we would take something which we can perceive in reality to be the case. It will mean that it commit us necessarily to this case. Well, it just isn't the case, right?
Can you give an example of a T sentence that doesn't make reference to something external?
I mean, wait. We agree on the definition of T sentence first, right?
Yeah, I defined it in premise two.
It's the only express condition under which a statement is true. Yeah. So Santa is a long white beard. Is that statement true?
Um, Santa has a long white beard.
Yeah.
Depends what sense you're talking.
Depends what
Are you
sense I'm
saying that
talking.
Santa, as in there's like a sentient thing, Santa that
San,
walks around?
you don't know what a Santa is? Like Santa the person?
No, are you saying Santa as in there's someone existing right now that walks around in
No,
sentient
no, no,
being?
no, no, no. I think it's
Um,
quite obvious what I mean by Santa. Santa is just this fictional thing, which fictional person, which goes around gifting kids a Christmas present is, and they are usually portrayed with a long white beard. They wear a red outfit and they have elves. So when I have a statement that says Santa goes around giving gifts to kids, is that statement true? Or what we usually consider Santa to be?
if you say the fictional character of Santa is typically described as having a long white beard, I would say that's true.
Okay, does it correspond to reality?
Yes, that corresponds to reality.
Okay, so does Santa exist?
Um, the fictional idea of Santa exists.
Okay, does the fictional idea exist within reality? And what do you mean by reality, to
Yeah,
clarify that?
reality is just the set of all things.
The set of all things?
Yeah,
Just the set of all things.
yeah.
Okay. Shitty. Okay, so if reality is set of all things, is reality a set?
Yes.
So that's Curry's paradox. I mean, that's not Curry's paradox. That's Russell's paradox. You're aware of that?
Depends what you mean.
Wait, do you not know what Russell's paradox is?
Uh, I remember reading about it briefly. Can you restate it?
Do you want me to like say for you?
You can clarify for him? Or...
Bro did not
Yeah.
read briefly.
Yeah, so it basically represents either of two related logical dimensions.
Is that the
It basically just says that a logical contradiction would pop up if we show that a series or the set of series, like if we present a set of series with unrestricted comprehension principle.
Axiom 1 of set theory? Naive set theory, at least.
Do you understand?
No.
Like it's basically asking if a set is a member of itself.
Do you want me to present it like more formally for you?
Sure.
Hold on. Let me get it. Sorry. So, since this set is the set of all things, and it itself is a set, the set will contain itself, correct?
No.
Okay, so then it's another set of all things.
What do you mean by contain itself?
Do you not know how sets function? They contain elements. And what I mean by
Yeah.
contain elements, they just elements are described of the set. And then
I
elements
wouldn't-
describe the set, and then
I wouldn't say a set's a member of itself.
well, you wouldn't, but that's necessarily what you need to concede to, because a set of all things is
Yeah.
a set of all things, and reality itself is by your own concession a thing, or a set itself. Then it's going to be inclusive within the set of all things under the
All right,
first
I'll
axiom
just
of
change
set
my
theory.
definition.
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
say a collection of all existing things.
Is reality not existent?
Hmm?
Is reality not existent?
The grouping of the all existent things.
Excuse me?
Are you asking if the grouping of all existent things is existing?
Yes.
What?
Does the set
Yes.
does the set of all existing things exist?
Yeah, the grouping of all existing things.
I mean, then
exists.
it's still within the set. It still falls under Russell's paradox.
It's just an abstract like grouping of things.
Yeah,
that
yeah, it
exist.
would if it still exists. It was. Oh, do you want to conclude?
Hmm?
Would you like to conclude? I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't think you're understanding it all.
Conclude on what?
At this point.
I just said reality is just an abstract grouping of things. I don't see what's wrong with that.
but if you concede to the fact, like abstract grouping of all existent things is the definition you getting. I'm 15. I can't legally get employed in my country. But to continue, if reality is a set of all existent things by your own concession, reality is
Well, I said I'd change the word to just a grouping of all existent things.
grouping of all
But he
existent
said it's
things.
still false.
Collection of all existing.
It would still fall into that. Collection of all
That's
existing
if
collection of
the-
all existing things.
If the
this thing,
collection is just abstract.
yes, does it still exist though?
It exists abstractly, sure.
I mean, yeah, ideas exist abstractly, true. If you don't want to consider the fact that it exists, then this wouldn't exist within the reality as well. Or good, the point is still going through for me. So can you like?
How'd the
clarify
points still go through?
Well, yeah, because if you don't want to group this within the collective of set of all things which exist, because it's abstract, and then idea of Santa is also an abstract, then you need to either make a concession. So it's just a dichotomy for you that goes terribly either way.
The idea of a set would be an abstract.
That doesn't answer my point.
What's your point?
I just told you my point. Okay, so I'm gonna clarify this one more time, and then we can please conclude because this isn't gonna anywhere. If you wanna classify reality as a set of all existent things, and you're trying to weasel out of the paradox by claiming that this itself is an abstracta. Well, idea, which the Santa has a long white beard, itself is also an abstracta because you also consider it's an idea, unless you want to claim ideas are not abstract, which doesn't really make sense. So, otherwise, you would have to be conceding to either two things. One thing is the definition entails a paradox if you want to consider the fact that abstracta are still existing. By the way, this is unnecessary because analytically they exist. But even if I grant it, that you can kind of weasel out of that, what would then entail is, if you want to claim that they aren't existent, well, since they aren't existing, idea of a Santa is not existent within the reality itself, therefore the previous point is you just conceding.
Just so I have to define it either as ideas don't exist, as in like Santa's beard wouldn't have existence, or redefine my definition of reality. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, none of the two definitions of reality provided so far are not going to entail.
All right. Well, what do you define reality as?
Well, that doesn't matter because we're trying to go under your account and find explanation and parsimony for your account.
All right. I'm sure I'm fine with conceding that definition. Can you define it, and we'll see if the argument can still go through.
Well, by the way, that still doesn't. I've already answered this, by the way.
Well, I didn't hear your answer.
Yeah, answer this. We are going under your account. You need to have an account of reality for you to be capable of properly explaining this thing.
He's saying he can't give you an account of reality because that would be supporting something that is the negation to what he's trying to claim.
Yeah.
So he can't give an account of reality? Is that what you're saying?
No, I can. I had the potential to, but I'm not going to because we are going in this discourse so far. We are currently talking about your account and your theory. Now we are trying to get through the theoretical issues of your theory. Therefore, I won't answer my account because that would then be supporting your point.
Okay.
And also, he can't.
Reality is just all that exists. Reality is reality.
Oh, okay. First, the second one is just tautological, but I mean, if reality is all that exists, then that goes back on my point. On my previous point about Rawrice's paradox. Would you like to?
Okay, look, this is going very ad nauseum. I can just.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like to finish the debate up? Doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Well, do you have a problem with?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same problem I proposed. Yeah, it's the same problem I proposed previously about this current definition of reality.
Regardless if you're proposing some tautology, saying reality is reality, that's just of course going to be the case under your definition, so on and so forth. He's saying that doesn't provide any distinction as to why it wouldn't be Russell's paradox.
Yeah, this seems ad nauseum. Can we please? Well, just regressive. It's not progressive. Just conclude, bro. I don't want to waste my time anymore. DDs though.
Can you explain that again then?
The Rawrice's paradox, which I explained 7 times already.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you said that, and he's been debating. Damn, you've been debating for 4 years. Jesus. But I was gonna say, so your current definition of reality, if what I remember is just all things which are existent, right?
Yeah.
The set of all existing things is also existent, correct?
What do you mean by existent? As being in reality?
Wait, do you consider all things which exist to be real?
All existing things are in reality, yeah.
Is reality real? Does reality exist? You need to consider that because all sets of reality then would, by virtue of this answer...
All particulars in reality exist.
Okay, but how we define a set is based on sets variables. So if all the sets within the reality exist, we need to define the set in the same way, right? So reality itself must also exist, correct? That's like sixth axiom of my theory.
Why would it have to exist?
Yes, because how we define set is based on the elements of the set itself.
Is that just like...
That's like
They're
an
just saying it's
axiom.
the
That's like an
necessary
axiom of all
precondition.
sets. All sets
Yeah.
function like this.
So you're saying it must exist because all the elements have the property of existence?
Yeah.
I just say existence is the... well, existence isn't a property, so I don't see why
Okay,
that
state
applies.
of being. It
But
doesn't matter. That
look,
wouldn't
if
change my
you
argument. All elements can have a
wait,
state
if,
of being existent. Doesn't change.
wait, like if you want me to give you an example of what Noism is trying to say, like let's say if we present God, right, and let's say initially I present God to be something that is the creator of the set of all contingent things, which will be reality, right? Now let's say, God, like let's say later on in the debate, I then hedge and say that, oh, God is no longer the creator; he is now just a member of the set. If he's a member of the set, then he can't create the set, which would just dive into a paradox because there aren't any members of this, like there aren't any members of the set for you to induce that there actually exists a set, which is what Russell's paradox is. It's just saying you can't represent a set that has no members.
I don't see how that's relevant to what we just discussed.
What?
He's saying that,
What?
the entire set must have this predicate because all the members have this predicate. If I deny that they do have this predicate, or that it's even a predicate, I don't see how that's relevant.
Oh my god. Yo.
Wait, I was reading.
yeah.
I was reading. Hold on.
I sent Russell's paradox like the original formulation of it in chat, by the way.
Oh, okay. For his clarity, right? Okay. Well, wait. What did you say is irrelevant?
I don't see how that addresses the point of existence not being a predicate, and so the...
Well, yeah, because it's irrelevant.
How's that irrelevant?
Yeah, because existence being a predicate, state of a being, property.
Existence is not a predicate.
Yeah, I'm saying like it can if
you just said it is.
No. I'm saying even if I don't consider it as this, like it being any of these things wouldn't change my point because you need to utilize it to, in some sense, describe things within the element. No, like things within the set, which the elements, you need to utilize it. Therefore, the set itself must exist as well. Also, if the set itself doesn't exist, just to clarify, without the set, the elements of the set can't exist as well. So it's like set linguistically and analytically itself needs to exist. You can't claim it's a set of all things which exist, then say the set itself doesn't exist, because then of all things which exist doesn't exist.
Well, existing would just be being a part of the set. That's how I described it.
Well, then the set must exist then, because to be a part of the set must mean that the set itself exists.
No, because then you'd just be saying to be a part of the set would... If something's a part of a set, then the set must also be a part of the set.
That's exactly the problem. That's exactly the paradox. Because if you grant this definition of existence, then that paradox would arise.
I don't see how that arises. Why would
Yes, because a set of all existing things, the set itself must exist. Therefore, the set must be within itself, ergo contained within itself. That's the entire point.
Why must the set exist?
Why must the set exist? Because if the set doesn't exist, no particular within the set exists.
No, but existence is just defined as being a part of the set.
Well, yeah, but then if the set doesn't exist, there's no set of which it exists, right? There's no particular within the set of which it exists. Because of the already previously mentioned things, question mark? That's the entire point. If you say that to exist must be within the set, and then if you're trying to claim that this set doesn't exist, well, then you can't define it as set of all things which exist, because then the set doesn't exist. But if you need to define it as all set of all existent things, the set needs to exist, so the set is within itself. That is the entire point of the paradox.
I feel like the issue is because when I say something exists, it's not stating that thing that exists adds anything to the statement. So, like, if I say a rock and a rock exists, those statements are identical. There's no distinction with me saying it exists. So if I say, like, If I say this rock's exists, I'm just saying this rock is this rock, which is in reality.
Do you want me
which
to
is
give
just
you a different
grouping of
example?
everything.
We can use a rock too, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do you agree that if we have a rock, and within the rock it's the collection of all rocks, does the rock itself need to be in that collection, yes or no?
I feel like you're just presupposing the answer by saying it's a rock.
Well, yeah, the point being is the set can be all, like, the set can be anything. That's the point of the composition, that's the point of the axiom 1 of set theory. And if you say that it's all existing things...
When I say the set of all
Why are you
existing
yelling
things,
over
I'm
me?
just saying by existing. I'm just saying the set of all of all the members of the set. So
Yeah,
I
please
say the
conclude.
set of all existing things. I'm just saying all the members of that set.
Please conclude. You're going ad nauseam.
What's wrong with that?
I think I've explained in the past 20 minutes what's wrong with it. I mean, even Riru gets it. Like, what? Riru gets it. Like, you understand how crazy that is?
Yo, what do you mean a Riru gets like you're surprised, bro?
Can you explain what's wrong with that?
He already has. Yeah, I'm just gonna push conclusions for this. Like, you guys are going way too ad nauseum. If anything, Noism
20
was.
minutes for nothing. Shaggy, who do you give verdict to? If you need conclusion, you can just say it.
You.
Okay, cool. GG's, man. GG's.
Alright.
I'm end the
I don't
recording.
think you went fully into that.